Hello my friends, I'm Brett Larkin. Welcome back to our Detox Yoga Fusion Challenge. Today we're fusing Vinyasa and Yin in order to help you to come into side split or middle split as it's often called. Every day of this challenge we are working with an affirmation, and today is no exception. Our affirmation for today is I am willing to let go. I really love this affirmation for any class that's dealing with coming into a specific pose or an advanced pose or a peak pose, because ultimately that's not the goal of yoga. We want to enjoy the journey, but let go and not be attached to the outcome of whether we make it into middle split or not. So regardless of whether you make it into your full middle split, I hope this class is fun and enjoyable. Let's get started. To begin, come right into your downward facing dog. So any version of down dog that feels good to you as a first step, maybe just pedaling through the legs or taking the feet as wide as the mat. Just begin to invite the breath to slow down. Maybe see if you can channel like a cat or a jaguar, just sort of lengthening one heel towards the floor and then the other, looking for a nice stretch in the back of the legs. And take a huge 3-count in-breath here. So inhale, filling up chest, belly, ribs, and exhale. You can open the mouth, even make an HA sound to let that go. 2 more times, just in your dog. Huge deep breath in. Sighing out, nose or mouth. Last time, breathing in, maybe find stillness now. Exhaling completely. Gently walk your feet towards your hands. Make sure the feet are hip width apart and parallel. Deeply bend the knees, just hold opposite elbows here and sway. Take the upper body from side to side. Knees stay deeply bent. And then interlace your hands behind your neck. Use your thumbs and see if you can find that sort of bony ridge where your hairline connects with your neck, and just give yourself a little bit of gentle massage there. My thumbs are just making little circles along the backs of my ears and down underneath my hairline. And then take all your fingers to face one another and just massage the back of your neck, however feels good to you. Just pressing the fingertips all over the back of the neck, maybe squeezing your traps and letting them go, squeezing your traps and letting them go. All this time your head is pointed directly down towards the floor. 2 more breaths, and I'm continuing to sway as well. Good. And then keeping the knees deeply bent, let the hands drop. We'll roll up 1 vertebra at a time. So chin into chest, lengthen your tailbone towards your heels, round through low back, mid back, upper back. Head is last thing to come up. Just roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Good, last one, shoulders up, down and back. So even though we're really working with the hamstrings today, it's been proven that by opening the fascia in the neck and the upper body actually makes it easier to get into splits, since the fascial system is holistic. So doing a little neck massage actually really helps open the backs of the legs. Inhale on your next in-breath, just sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through prayer, however you like, just melt forward. Deeply bend the knees again. Inhale, half lift, get long. Exhale, step it back to a plank pose. Your choice to move through Vinyasa, so coming into up dog or lowering all the way to the floor to take cobra. We're just building a teeny tiny bit of heat in the body. Good. Deep breath here in your dog. Keep rooting one heel and then the other heel. Down and back. And then same thing, just gently walk forward to the top of the mat. Breathe in, half lift, get long. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale, finding a lot of length in the spine. Exhale completely. Circle the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, just press the air away. Stand tall. Your in-breath, arms lift, heart lifts. And your out-breath, fold. Your in-breath, half lift, get long. And your out-breath, step back to a plank, lowering all the way to the floor for cobra, or coming into your upward facing dog. We'll all meet downward facing dog. Step the right foot to the right hand. Really nice if you have blocks here at home, we're just gonna gently straighten that front right leg. So you're in a nice wide stance, feet are nice and wide apart, almost as wide as the mat. Inhale, get long. And exhale, just think of the spine getting longer as you fold. So we're not worried about getting the head to the shin. We're just really thinking about lengthen the spine, finding a gentle stretch in the back of the right leg. We're gonna do a lot of work stretching the hamstrings, so you don't need to make this crazy deep right now, okay? We're just feeling into the back of the right leg, finding length on that in-breath. Exhaling fully on your out-breath. 3 more on your own. Keep pressing down through the right big toe mound. Good, final time. Nice. Plant the hands on either side of the foot. Take the left heel up. Just reach the right arm high for a simple side twist. Kick through the back right heel. Shine the heart towards the right wall. Good. And then hands frame the foot. Once again, your choice. Plank. Moving through chaturanga up dog. All the way to the floor for cobra. We'll all meet downward facing dog. And just pedal through the legs here. Notice maybe any difference between the left and right side. Good, and then step the left foot towards the left hand. Turn the back toes at 45 degrees. Your legs are wide apart, so it's like the left foot and right foot are on train tracks. So you're not trying to have the feet super close towards one another. You want some good space, some good sukha, left to right. Inhale, get long. Exhale, fold. So we want to feel like we can balance. And we're just tapping into a stretch behind the left leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, draw the left hip back, take the abs in, melt forward. 3 more on your own. Keep pressing down through the left big toe mound. Keep drawing the shoulders down and back. And then set blocks or anything you're using aside, bend into that left knee. Back right heel pops up, reach the left hand to the sky, just easy twist. Squeeze the inner thighs together, kick the left heel back, left leg is stick straight, big breath. Good, and then hands frame the foot, step it back to dog, your choice to rock forward, plank chaturanga, cobra, or skip it. Good. Take the right leg high to the sky. This time, bend the knees, stack the hips. Allow that right shoulder to roll open a little bit. So it's almost like you want to do like a scorpion dog, or kind of like you wanted your right heel to kick your left seat. Spiral the chest towards the right side wall. So usually I don't allow this, but for today's focus, it's kind of nice because I want you to feel a super deep stretch along the left hamstring. Lift up onto the toes of that left foot, and then yearn the left heel down. Good. 2 more. Rising up onto the tippy toes of the left foot, and then slowly pressing the left heel down. 1 more time. Releve on the left foot, best you can, and anchor it down. Step the right foot between the hands this time, coming into a low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Good. Exhale, find length to fold. Take the hands on the inside of that right leg. Look at my back left leg. Back left shin comes parallel to the mat, yeah? So I go from here to here. So the left shin comes parallel to the back edge of the mat, yeah? So find that for yourself. And then this is really juicy, really fun. You're just gonna bend in to that right knee and then slowly straighten it. And you can straighten it and like flex the foot and sort of fold. You can keep it more contained, more up high. It's really up to you. We're looking for a deep, deep stretch in the right hamstring, and you might be feeling this in the right hip as well. 5 or 6 breaths here to play with your own movement. So I like to keep it moving and fluid, but you might want to just stay and hang out somewhere. You can always use blocks and furniture around to help you. Good. Good, and then walk the hands back towards the top of the mat. You can take that shin now so it's in the regular position. Heel toe the foot a little bit wide, so your heel's on the mat, but your toes are on the floor, the carpet in your house. And then just let the hips sink, let the pelvis sink now. Maybe you're gonna feel this more in the hips, or maybe you're gonna feel this more in the inner groin, inner thighs. And I'm rocking side to side. So you do what feels best for you. But same idea, we're just trying to get juicy and low in these hips. 4 more deep breaths. If you're someone who likes to take your lizard pose with the elbows towards the floor, I invite you to do that too. However, really think about what's getting the best stretch on the inner thighs for today, because that's our focus. And I always find that stretch better if I stay upright and sort of roll the chest open, and I'm really proud in the heart. Last breath. Good. Now heel toe that right foot back to center. Maybe take your blocks for this one. We're gonna inhale, bend deeply into that right knee. And then exhale, just Ardha Hanumanasana. So half splits, folding over the leg. Toes point straight up to the sky. Breathe in, get long. Exhale, maintaining that long spine, drawing the abs in as you fold forward. Keep pulling the right hip back. Spinning the left hip forward. 3 deep breaths here. And bend deeply into the right knee, set the right sole of the foot on the ground. Listen carefully. If you have blocks, take them with you. Curl the back left toes under. So you're gonna kick forward into a standing split. And beginners, don't worry about the fancy standing split. Just take the left leg as high as you can in the air. We're just looking to find more stretch on the back of the right leg. So you can use blocks ahead of you, or you could rest your hands on a table or a chair. Just see what feels like a good stretch on the back of the right leg, and then let that head and neck relax. Maybe shake the head a little bit left and right, yes and no. And then lower the left foot down to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Draw the shoulders back, exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms down, around and up. Exhale, hands through prayer or press the air away, standing tall in your Tadasana. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, get long. Your choice. Exhale, step back. Plank chaturanga. You can just hold dog. You can take cobra, or you can skip it. We'll all meet downward facing dog. Good. Take the left leg high to the sky now. Bend the knees, stack the hips. And just for today, let that left shoulder roll open, almost like you want to peek under the left armpit. And keep sending your left heel towards the right seat, allowing yourself to really spiral open in like this scorpion dog shape, as if you were going to fall into a back bend. And feel a stretch along the back of the right leg. Inhale, rise onto the tippy toes of that right foot, coming onto releve, and then exhale, press the right heel down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rooting down through the right heel. Good. Last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Good. And then step the left foot between the hands. Coming into a low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands on the inside of the left foot. So we're gonna do that swivel with the back shin again. So my back right shin comes parallel to the back edge of the mat. So I'll show that again. We go from here to here, hands on the inside of the foot. And now we're in this cool position where, again, you can adjust the front leg if you need to, but we're able to bend deeply into the front left knee. And then gently straighten the leg, maybe flexing the toes back towards the face and bowing forward a little bit to find our deepest stretch. 3-4 breaths here, exploring on your own. So you can be fluidly moving between bent knee and straight leg. Or you can choose to hang out with the legs straight and the toes pointed towards the sky, just feeling into the stretch for a few extra moments. Wherever you are, deepen your breath. Make sure you're making those inhales and exhales equal length. And again, channeling that cougar or cat or jaguar type animal is always really helpful, at least for me when I do these exercises. Just kind of slithering, getting really low, feeling into the hips as well. Good. And then walk the hands forward, bring that back shin back to its neutral position. So parallel to the side edge of the mat, heel toe that left foot wide. So the left toes are on your floor or carpet and the left heel's on the mat, sinking into your version of a lizard. Of course, I'm gonna sway side to side, staying upright on the hands, or maybe even making those gecko fingers, staying up tall. But if you like to come down onto the elbows, go for it. We're here, 5 breaths. Think of draining tension from the neck and shoulders, really getting swivelly and mobile in the hips and inner thighs. Good. Nice, and then heel toe that left foot back to center. Grabbing blocks if you have them, or using like coffee table, your couch. We're coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. So you're just gonna straighten the front left leg, left toes point towards the ceiling. Inhale, get long, and exhale, fold. Keep pulling the left hip socket back in space. You feel the left leg really hug into the socket of the hip. Think of dragging your left heel back as you spin your right hip forward. And then inhale, find length, draw the shoulders back, show the heart to the front wall, and then exhale from your abs, gently fold. 2 or 3 more times like this on your own. Send the breath deep into the body, all the way into the low back. And then as you're ready, bend deeply into the left knee. Feel the left foot firmly plant on the ground. Curl the back toes under, so back right toes curl under. Carry blocks with you if you can on the highest height. You're just gonna kick that right leg up to the sky. So full standing split if you've been doing yoga a long time, or if you're new to the practice, just hold on to your couch or the back of a chair or blocks and just kick the right leg up such that you feel a stretch in the back of the left leg. That's our only aim here. And then those of you in the standing split, crown of head points directly towards the floor. Soften the jaw. Take the head yes and no. No tension in the neck. As you're ready, exhale, right foot meets left. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, circle the arms down, around and up. Exhale, press the air away. Stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Inhale, take the hands to the hips. Get a little taller through the crown of the head. Exhale, step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat and turn all 10 toes to face me. So toes in, heels slightly apart, and you want your legs about as far apart from one another as one leg's length is for you. So we all have different length legs. So imagine one of your legs was right below you. That's kind of how far you want your legs to be apart. And then inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Good. So great to take the hands to blocks or hands to a table or sofa or couch cushions here. Really spin the big toes in and the heels out, so you're kind of like pigeon-toed, to really get a nice stretch on the outer shins. And then hands can be anywhere that are comfortable for you. A foot or two in front of the body if that feels good, or in traditional yogic stance, lining up fingertips and toe tips so everything's in one line. Again, we want to add some sort of therapeutic movement here and really allow the body to soften. So if kind of rocking forward and back or taking the arms in some different positions is what feels best for you, I want you to go ahead and do that. Good. And then turn the toes that are towards the top of the mat at a 45-degree angle towards the top of your mat. Bend into that top knee, and we're coming into our Skandasana lunge. So the leg towards the bottom of the mat, the toes will point straight up. Press down into the floor, find a long spine here. We're looking for a stretch once again. Thighs, groin, maybe a little bit back of the hamstring as well. Big breath in and out. And if you can't get this low, you might be kind of like up here. That's totally fine too. It's all good. 2 more deep breaths. Good, and then again, channeling our cat-like friends. Keep the hips low, crisscross the hands as you take it to the other side. Maybe allow the booty in the seat to kind of like widen and open back as you melt the chest forward, just for today's focus. And again, keeping the spine nice and long. Feeling into your stretch. And we're also opening the back of the Achilles here on that bent knee. So the back of the ankle should also feel maybe like it's opening and stretching. See if you can access that. Good, and then come back to center. You can simply fold again, just however feels good to you. And then heel toe the feet towards one another. Good, we're gonna come to seated. So you just lower the seat towards the heels, gently lean back. And coming into our yin pose for today, we're just gonna take the legs wide. Maybe saw this coming. So when I do this at home, I like to make sure I have bony heels. So if you're like me or you're just like a baby, you can put sweaters or a t-shirt or just whatever you can under your heels if they're not on your mat, so that your heels are comfortable, because we're gonna be here for a while, so comfort is important. And then your legs don't have to be as wide apart as mine. They can be closer together, much closer. The one thing we do want is for your sits bones to be kind of angling forward. So if you notice you're super rounded and slumping back in your low back, throw a pillow from the couch underneath your sits bones so you can be a little bit higher and have that support. So we're looking for what's called an anterior pelvic tilt, meaning like if our pelvis was a bowl, the chai latte or tea in the bowl would spill forward, right? So your hip points are angling forward. And then this may be as far as you go. And that's perfectly good. If you want to go deeper, you just begin walking the hands forward. You begin considering maybe coming down to the elbows. Maybe you continue to take the torso to the floor. And you can always take the legs a little wider apart as well. So these are all ways you can deepen the posture. Most of us will want to focus on backing off here because you don't want to tear anything. You don't want to hurt yourself. And remember our affirmation for today, which is that I am willing to let go. So a lot of times when we do these classes that are geared towards a specific peak pose or coming into something very specific, we can get really hard on ourselves about achieving that pose and then judging ourselves. So see if you can let that go and just have fun with the posture. Like no attachment to the outcome. We'll be quiet here 2 minutes. Just allow the body to open. Find a place that's about like a 5 or 6 in terms of level of sensation out of 10, so very manageable. And just let the backs of the legs soften. And once we enter yin mode or open into a yin type practice, we're inviting the pose to come meet us instead of going to chase the pose. So we're just staying still and allowing the fascia, the interconnective tissue, to soften and change along the backs of the legs and maybe up into the hips and low back. Continue to soften, continue to let go. Think about when we massage the back of the neck and like bringing that sensation of just melting butter into the backs of the legs. Ten more deep, deep breaths here. Slowly, slowly press yourself up. Take the hands to the inner thighs and just bring the soles of the feet to touch as a first step. So you're in a butterfly position. Inhale, find a little length in the spine, shimmy the shoulders back, and then exhale, fold. From here, maybe feeling more of a stretch in the outer hips. Again, just yin style, completely let everything go. So let the chin round forward into the chest. Let your sitting bones be heavy like lead. Wiggle the jaw, soften the gaze. Even if your eyes are closed, just think about what you can do to soften the eyes. 2 minutes here. Slowly, slowly press yourself up. Make sure the head is the last thing to come up. Hold either side of the thighs and pull them in towards one another. Just hug your shins. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Allow the pelvis to rock back, the navel to pull back, chin drops into chest. Full deep breath in and out. Good. And then slowly making your way back into your version of a downward facing dog. So however feels right for you today, just pressing back, again, pedaling through the legs, and then reminding yourself of our affirmation, right? I'm willing to let go. No attachment to the outcome now as we just experiment with our middle splits. Hopefully you've just enjoyed this journey. So give some love to yourself and step the right foot forward. Turn both toes forward. So all 10 toes face me. Maybe inhale, press into the thighs. Just find a little length in the spine. And exhale, fold. Good. Now this may be where you want to hang out. Maybe you want to line up fingertips and toe tips or reach the hands forward or rock forward and back. Just find some therapeutic movement for you. If you're moving on, you're gonna heel toe the feet a little bit wider and a little bit wider as you begin to lower yourself down into a middle split. And at some point it begins to make more sense for one foot to slide out. And you really want to use your hands for support here so you don't suddenly fall into something that's too deep a stretch for you. So notice how I'm really using my hands to support me to see if it feels right to melt down. And if you have a t-shirt or a blanket, you can always put it under the leg that comes off the mat and just begin to lower down and see what this feels like. If it feels like you've gone too far, use your hands, use your strength to back off, yeah? It will be about 5 more breaths together. Good. And then pending how far you went, you'll choose how you come out of this. So if you're all the way down, I like to just rock back onto my sits bones to come out. Yeah, and you'll be right here and breathe into that. If you didn't come down that far, the other way you can get out is by heel toeing your feet towards one another, which I think is harder. But you heel toe, really use your hands for support, and then maybe heel toe that one leg that was sort of the one that slid out, so it's back underneath you. Good. And just take a deep breath. Just be proud of yourself for however far you got. Good. And if you're still standing, just bring the toes all the way to touch. Sit back. And we'll all meet with the soles of the feet on the floor at the top of the mat. Hinge backwards with the upper body and hold on to the backs of the thighs. Good. Allow the low back to round. Take a deep breath here. Exhale again, just allow the body to round. It's like someone punched you in the belly, so you're doing one of those deep Pilates C curves. Good. And then just pull the knees in towards you as you come to lie down on your back. Just notice how the backs of the legs feel. Maybe take the knees from side to side. And give yourself one more deep, deep squeeze. Let one leg go long and then the other. Coming into your version of a Shavasana, just really noticing how the backs of the legs feel. Take a deep breath in and out. 2 more deep breath in. Exhale, relax completely. Last one on your own. Stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. Otherwise, as you're ready, gently wiggle fingers and toes. Pull one knee and then the other knee into the chest, giving yourself a big squeeze, maybe taking the knees in little baby circles. And then rock and roll yourself up to a comfortable seat, or you can roll over onto one side and press yourself up. Once again, bringing the hands to prayer and just honoring however far you got in the practice. Breathe in deeply, hands at heart center, just cross-legged position. Exhaling, just thinking, I am willing to let go. I am willing to try, experiment, push myself, enjoy peak poses or certain poses, but ultimately I'm willing to let go, and hopefully you've enjoyed the journey. Final deep breath in. Exhale all the way. One more huge deep breath in, filling up belly, ribs, chest. Exhale completely. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. From my heart to yours, namaste. Namaste.